Picture a child staring down a complex puzzle. They drop the pieces and scream the words every parent dreads. "I can't do it." Our instinct is to immediately swoop in and inject positivity. We smile, we reassure them, and we say, "Yes, you can." We think we are building their confidence. But behavioral science shows that this well-intentioned phrase secretly creates a massive psychological trap. When a child says, "I can't," they're experiencing genuine fear. Their nervous system is on high alert, flooded with frustration and cognitive overload. When you immediately counter their panic with "you can," you are actually telling them their current reality is wrong. You take a stressed nervous system and force an argument on it. Now, the overwhelmed individual faces two distinct threats: the terrifying task sitting in front of them, and a clash with you over an unvalidated emotion. Forcing false confidence onto a panicked brain guarantees emotional paralysis. Which raises the question, if positivity fails, how do we actually trigger human action? Society has sold us a highly dangerous narrative that we must fake it till we make it. We are taught we have to summon a spark of motivation before attempting something difficult. But human psychology operates in reverse. Confidence rarely appears before action. The physical action has to happen first, and the motivation follows. To spark that initial action, we have to bypass false confidence entirely. The first step is explicitly granting the brain permission to feel nervous, angry, or completely unwilling. You tell them, "You don't have to want to, you just have to start." This phrase removes the pressure of feeling ready, untethering uncomfortable emotions from physical behavior. Next, we alter their perception of time with a single word. When they say, "I can't," you reply with, "Not yet." This chart shows how that simple shift works. It takes a fixed identity of failure, "I can't," and introduces a timeline where "can't" becomes "haven't yet." It teaches the developing brain that abilities improve through practice. Validating the fear and altering the timeline of failure is the first mechanical step to rewiring the brain to actually move forward. But even with the right mindset in place, the sheer scale of a difficult task can cause a neurological freeze. This is cognitive overwhelm. The brain looks at a massive project and perceives it as an insurmountable physical threat. To disarm that threat, you have to shrink the monster. You ask the brain to identify only the first microscopic piece. Instead of focusing on finishing the whole project, the brain isolates a single, highly manageable microaction, like writing down just the title or finding a single puzzle piece. Completing that tiny microaction generates the initial biological friction required to spark actual motivation. By minimizing the cognitive load, you completely disarm the brain's threat response. You create the biological momentum necessary to confidently tackle the rest of the massive challenge ahead of you. Taking action follows a consistent biological path. Validate the nervous system's fear, apply the timeline of "yet," and execute the smallest step forward. These shifts do more than clear the immediate hurdle of the single task. They change how the brain interprets the physical sensation of struggle. When this pattern is repeated, the neural pathways associated with quitting are bypassed in favor of these micro-actions. Over time, the external guidance provided by a parent or mentor becomes the child's default internal monologue. This process creates confidence rooted in lived, completed experiences, which is far more durable than the fragile, temporary boost provided by empty praise. Mastering the mechanics of the first step provides a practical strategy for facing the unknown, a skill that matures into a permanent foundation of resilience.